Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you no hold bars. I'm going to show you from A to Z how you can build a 3.5K dollar AI chatbot for event services. I'm going to show you basically how you're going to deploy the prompt, how you're going to set up a simple CRM, how you're going to activate simple and advanced automation so that your customer not only receives notifications via email and Slack, WhatsApp, but also the experience for their customer is going to be incredible. So you're going to close deals for your customer's customer, and you're obviously going to get great reviews and great business. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to set up a AI chatbot that looks like this. They're going to come to your customer's website that has traffic, but people are not engaging. They have a high bounce rate. And essentially, people are going to go here. They're going to say, hey, I, I need help planning my event, right? So someone wakes up at 2 a.m., they got a crazy idea. They're like, oh, I'm going to contact this customer. I need help. And maybe you go to like a web form and no one's responding, so they move out to the competitor, or they get to a website that's like there's nothing, that's like you can't interact. On your customer's website there's going to be an AI chatbot where they can really engage. As you can see, I got a response, so I'm going to give them my name. By the way, I'm going to switch it up. I'm just going to be like weird. I'm like bonjour, because I set up this chatbot to be, multilingual. So as you can see, it's switched to French. Sorry, I prefer English. Okay. With a little bit misspelling, I want to see how intelligent the bot is. Back to English. Okay, so this bot is able to work 24/7. It's able to save events industry professionals 20 hours per week. It's able to qualify leads. It's able to share product and service information, and it's able to schedule consultations without human intervention. So this is what we're going to set up. So this is the endpoint. What happens after the chat? It goes to a simple CRM that we set up in Airtable. So all the information gets populated here. You got the name, you got the phone number, email address, and you get the full description. Now, the description won't be the entire chat. It will just be answers to the question. So if it's an exhibition, you know, client that builds stands, if it's a wedding planner, if it's a party planner, it's just going to capture the information to qualify that lead, and it will be populated here. Then it can be a status can be set and can be assigned to a specific team member. It will be time tracked. So what happens next is you can set up automations in Airtable. It says when a new lead comes in, send an email notification to this specific email address. Send a Slack message to the team, for example, and create a Google Calendar event. So no leads get left behind. So once that's done, we can do a further thing to make the customer experience incredible. So this will feed from Airtable. And so what can happen is we can send another Slack message to another team member or the group. We can send a WhatsApp message, which I like WhatsApp because I prefer WhatsApp. I don't use Slack. So I might prefer to use WhatsApp with me and my team. And then, for example, your customer might be a big organization. They might be for HubSpot. And you can actually check this out. You can actually create a contact or get a contact or whatever, create an event in GoHighLevel, which a lot of you guys are using. But you can also use Pipedrive, which I used to use previously and it's quite well adopted. So Pipedrive CRM, so that's really cool. One thing in addition is based on the information that the event services prospect provides, it will provision a proposal. It will like write the proposal for you. So you can give it a template. You can say, here's the template, here's the information. Just lay out a proposal so that I can come to this prospect, I can come to this potential client with some ammunition. And this is what it looks like. So really professional. It's Leroy's wedding. There's the date, there's the budget, there's the location. It gives the overview, the breakdown of the services you requested, everything that's involved. Wow. So of course, this is not the end result, right? You might have an internal process but at least it gives your team something to work with. So you can go to your team, hey, I have a potential client, this is what it wants. Can you add input? Here's the document. So that saves like 2 weeks of back and forth. So that's the one thing. So proposals written. But the cream, the icing on the cake, the cream on the cake, whatever you want to call it, is really this one. So your prospect, they've now interacted with your business or your customer's business, and they're waiting. You told them, I got your information, I'm going to get back to you. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to create an awesome experience. We're going to create a custom video with a custom slide of your business. We're going to tell them, hey, Leroy, I'm going to create a beautiful wedding experience for you. And it's going to send them images, beautiful descriptions of what you can do. But the kicker is, we're going to overlay this with your voice as a business owner. You're going to say, hey, Leroy, welcome to Amazing Events. Thank you for your inquiry. We're going to make your special day amazing. So not only have you captured a lead, but you've made your client's client like totally blow their mind. And so they're not going to shop around. They're going to like, oh, Leroy sent me a custom email. He's already like on this, he's got like his team on this, like they sold. So this is exactly what we're going to create right now. So going back to the base, what do we need? We need a couple of things. The first thing we need is we need an agentivehub.com account, we need an Airtable account, and we need a make.com account. So Agentive is going to be for us to create the AI chatbot. Airtable is going to be our simple CRM. It's like, Google Sheets had a baby with ChatGPT and they're living in the suburbs. And then make.com is going to allow us to scrape the website of your prospect, of the events company, but it's also going to allow us to do all the things I mentioned that are amazing. The WhatsApp message, the proposal, the AI video, the CRM integrations, it's all done by make.com. Okay, so let's get to it. So this is the endpoint where we start. We're going to start with Agentive. Now Agentive is in beta right now. It's free. It's an amazing tool by Liam and his team, Morningside AI. And all you have to do is once you create uh, an account, you just put in your basic information and your OpenAI key. You should know how to do that. If you don't know, DM me. I can help you get the OpenAI API key. You're going to create an agent, and let's just call it Momentum Events, just for interest sake. And you're going to say Events Assistant AI. Okay, so I'm going to choose my API key. I'm going to go with GPT-4. I'm going to create the agent. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, we need to put in a prompt. The prompt basically is, what is this AI agent supposed to do? What is the job? What is the function? What is the endpoint? So going back to our base here, basically a prompt for it to be effective needs a couple of things. It needs a task. What are we creating? What are we generating? What are we crafting? It needs context, success, environment. So we are creating basically a chatbot that will capture events or information from potential prospect that needs events created, planned, and the context is you are a professional events planner, right? The exemplars are examples of inputs and outputs. So in an ideal situation, your customer will provide you examples of chats, emails, messages they receive, and examples of how they typically would respond. So imagine an event planner, going through hundreds of emails, messages, texts, back and forth. You will just capture what they would say back and forth, and you would basically, put that into the AI to tell them, if you receive this message, this is how you respond. The persona is basically the personality. Do you want it to be soft or harsh, kind, professional? Just some tone to the messaging. So in the event industry, people are planning special occasions. You want empathy, you want excitement, you want kindness. You don't want like a rigid type of thing. So you want something beautiful. A format is, do you want it in bullet points? Do you want it like how do you want the prompt structure basically? The tone, again, going back to the persona, casual, formal, witty. And then you always want to say, are you going to reference a knowledge base? Knowledge base meaning the brain. So for example, a customer would say, okay, I'm down for chatbots, but I don't have time to provide everything. Go to my website, my product information is there, my service information is there. You can just download that, put it into the bot, like that's it. Or they might provide you brochures or other links to their social media. It depends on the makeup of your customer, right? I'm going to show you a cheat sheet. If your customer says, go to my website, I'm going to show you how you can scrape a website, condense it into a PDF, and how you can just create a knowledge base in like under 2 minutes. Okay, so that's where we're at. So I went ahead and I just, wrote a prompt for event services AI chatbot. And I said, you are whoever, you are an assistant to this business. Your role is to collect information and to qualify as high, medium, low. You're going to be multilingual. You're going to introduce yourself, ask what their name is, and you're going to basically go step by step capturing information about the specific requirement. So if I take this, I take this whole prompt, I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go to Agentive. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to say you are Leroy, an AI assistant for Leroy events. Okay, and then coming down here, where's the introduction, business name? Okay, so and then I'm going to say assistant name, Leroy events. Oh no, that's just the name. Say okay, there we go. So that should be fine. So I'm going to publish this so I can just show you a cool feature of Agentive. It actually scores your prompt. It will tell you if it's cool, if it's weak, if it needs improvement, which is a really great feature. Okay, so that looks great. So if I go back in, okay. So the prompt looks good. It looks like it does what it says on the tin. Um, and I'm just going to revert back to live version. So that prompt is live. Awesome. Okay, so we have the chatbot set up, and essentially the chatbot is done. Like we've created the chatbot. Now we're going to deploy it. So what we have to do is we click on deploy, and we can deploy it to Instagram, Facebook Messenger, or WhatsApp. We can have custom code in Python, JavaScript, and C URL, or we can just put it onto a website, right? Basically, we can say uh, this is going to be Hero events, and you an events assistant AI. I can actually put my picture in here. So if I go to downloads, just find a picture of myself. Here we go. This will show up in the chatbot itself. Okay, and then we can say remove Agentive watermark and create deployment. So what I can do is I can actually copy all this code and I can put it directly into my website. And I'll show you how we do that. So I'll just go here and I'll copy the script top to bottom. Boom, copy. Okay, so coming to my website, this is just a WordPress website. super simple. All I'm going to do is if I go to plugins, install plugins, I've got a plugin that does insert script, and I can say settings. We want to insert it before the body, so I can insert this here. As you can see, I've got a bunch of scripts. I can insert it here. There we go. And what I need to do is just going back to the okay. What I can do is I can adapt that according to how I want it done. So the deploy script from Agentive um, will basically show up the chatbot on every single page. So if you look at this code, it's going to show up on all the pages on the website. In my resource below, we can select the pages we want to show it on. So I'll show you exactly how we manipulate that. So example, here's the Agentive code. It's you insert the assistant ID and the API key, which will give you on the deploy itself. You don't have to mess with that. But I've created a code where you can specify the page path. And the reason why we do that, if we want to create a unique page, for example, here I've created a unique page for momentum events. This is a prospect. I've created a chatbot. I've created an interaction that I want them only to experience. I can show this specific chatbot on this specific page. And so I can manipulate the code to just put in the path, which is momentum events. I can put in the assistant ID and the API key. So that's a unique piece of code, right? Okay. So now we've got the bot set up. What's the next step? We want to create a simple CRM. Okay, that looks like that. So how are we going to do this? So I've got here the code of the specific Airtable base. It captures the name, phone number, email address, the description, created time, the status, assignee, and the modified time, right? So it allows you to capture the information and also control it and make sure that it works the way you want it to. So what you can do, you can go here, you can copy this code, and once you copy this code, you can say copy base. Once you copy base, it will basically pull that into your Airtable account. Once you've done that, you need a few steps to kind of own this, to kind of make it accessible, to make sure the bot that you've created communicates with this Airtable base. And so let's look at it now. So you go to your profile where your little name is, or your photo. You go to Builder Hub. You go to Developer Docs. You scroll down to Web API. Okay. Once you're at Web API, then you're going to scroll down and look for the actual base. You're going to say, you're going to find that base. You're going to click on it. You're going to click on leads table. Then you click on create records because you want to create records. And then you're going to see some code here. What you can do is you can actually just highlight this specific piece of code, API airtable.com // and then this piece of code. Just before it reads / leads, you're going to copy that specific URL. Copy it and put it in a set. Okay, so once you got the code, you're going to come here and you're going to copy this schema. So this schema is basically connecting Agentive to Airtable. And so what you're going to do is that URL that you copied, you're going to put it in here, you're going to paste it in there, and all of this, it basically says any data collected by the chatbot will be pulled dynamically into Airtable just by having that URL and the next step that we're going to discuss. And so once you've created that, you're going to go back to Agentive, you're going to go to Tools, you're going to say Edit, and if I just go here and copy the code, take all of this, copy it, go to Agentive, I'm going to select Tool Provider, I'm going to say New Tool, I'm going to say Enter OpenAI specification. Okay, there we go. So I've copied that in with the API key. Okay, so the next step is we have to go back to Airtable and make sure that there's authentication, that we can actually connect to this specific tool. And the way we do that, we go back to Airtable, click on your profile, build a hub, and we're going to say personal token. I've already created mine up, but I'll show you how you do this. You say create new token. You're going to give it a name. I can say Agentive Hub. And then you want to add scope. So there's 4 records that you need to create. Data records read, data records write, schema read, and schema write. Okay. Then you want to add the base that you're going to communicate with. That's my simple CRM. And then you create token. Okay. Now it's going to say that it's unique because I already had one. So I'm just going to say maybe 1. Okay. So my token's been created. I'm going to take that token and then I'm going to go to Airtable, Agentive. I'm going to say add authentication, API key, bearer. I'm going to copy that API key in there. I'm going to update authentication and create tools. And so now what I've done is I've connected the chatbot on Agentive to Airtable. So any leads that come in on my website or my deployment on Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever it is, it's automatically going to pull those leads into the CRM. Okay, and then I can enter it into this automation. And so now what we've done is we've basically created an AI chatbot that you can deploy on your customer's website where leads can come in, they can interact, they'll be captured dynamically into a CRM. The automation will send the business owner an email, a Slack message, and create a Google event for their team to basically go to work on this lead. It will also come into an advanced automation where it will send a Slack message, a WhatsApp message, a HubSpot, Pipedrive, CRM, GHL update. It will create a proposal for that specific prospect, for the customer, so that when they have the meeting, we have something in hand, ready to go. And so the one step missing here is like, oh, but you spoke about a knowledge base. How do we do that? So we're going to go back to Make, and I'm going to show you where, if the customer doesn't supply you with, business material such as, service information or product information, how do we scrape the website? I'll show you real quick how we do that. Okay, so we're going to come back to Make. We're going to click on Create New Scenario. And it's a really simple automation. I'll include it in the stuff that I'll give you for free. All you want to do is we want an HTTP module, we will want a get file, and this will basically grab all the HTML, all the data of a specific prospect. So if I just go to momentumevents.com, let's just check if it's the right domain. Okay, cool. If I put that in there, that's the information I want to grab. And then I want to HTML, I want this to be text. So I have to pass this HTML to text, and I want to get that data from there. And then what I want to do is I want to turn it into a Google Doc. I'll say create a Google Doc. Cool. I have to just connect it to my account. I want it to be the same name of the file name. The data will be the text, and the location will just be in my Google Drive itself. So, okay, cool. So we're going to run this, and I'll just show you what this comes out to be. So it's going to the website, it's scraping all the data from the website, turning HTML into text, and then text into a Google Doc. So I go to my drive, and I just say recent. Okay, it should be this doc. Okay, momentum events. I'll need to check the file name. But basically, what I can do is I can download this, download as a PDF. Okay, so that's a knowledge base. That's all the information about the specific prospect. And I go back to Agentive, and I go to my chatbot, knowledge, enable it. I can upload I can say create new, uh, knowledge base name, momentum. Now I can upload a file. There's momentum. And so what it will do is all the product information, contact information, service information, team information, it will automatically pull this into this chatbot. And they have gone, boom. I can make it live. And so now this bot not only is intelligent, collects information, puts it in a CRM, it actually has all the information of my customer. And as they give me more information, I can enrich the bot to make it smarter and more intuitive. And so there you go. So not only have we blown the mind out of our event services professional, but also our prospect for them, they have this video saying, hey, I'm going to take care of your needs. So guys, if you have any questions, let me know. I will leave the link to all the code. So basically what I'm going to give you the tools that you need. If I go back to the top, the tools that you need, the format of the prompt. I'll give you the prompt itself. I'll give you the code. I will give you the code for the full page, for the specific pages. I'll give you the screenshots for integrating Airtable. I'll give you the full stack. So you guys can go out there and win. Cheers.